The best sci-fi around. The Orville, where the future is found. I love it. Bet you quantum scholars can diffuse their blues with the Orville. The ship goes cuckoo, Kalon just can't shoot it down. Take a back seat to Space Street, it's a happy refrain. The road not taken and an anti-banana raid. You'll have the time of your life. On Markless, a man can still be a wife. On the Orville, there's a hobo clown. The Orville, new adventures abound. The Orville spreads the hope around. Jaloja, the Caliban Zoo won't refuse the crew of the Orville. No space vampire in Dane's attire can impound. Space is so sweet and upbeat, I can watch it and say they're doing sci-fi better than others are today. Hey! Let's have the time of our life. It's the man in command, just ask his ex-wife on the Orville. The Orville, best space show in town. Egotastic FunTime. Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Egotastic FunTime, talking the Orville live Splosion tonight on, I guess it's a Wednesday. It's a very special night because today, being a Wednesday, it's a very special Wednesday because we are going to be doing a live reading, and I got some information on, well, not information, but something special for the live reading today, and of the brand new The Orville Season 2.5 comic book, a brand new episode, the exciting conclusion from last month's story that we started, Launch Day, where we found a planet, a people that used to be part of the Union a long time ago, who left for some weird reasons, some xenophobic reasons or whatever, and Ed and Kelly are down on the planet trying to figure out what's going on. Do they have a weapon? The Krill want to know if they have a weapon, and the Krill are ready to destroy all them fools. Destroy them and then ask some questions later, but there'll be no one to ask because they're going to destroy them. And we're right in the middle of finding out what this thing is that these people built and how we're going to get out of this situation. Bortus is on the ship, on the Orville, trying to hold the Krill at bay, while Ed and Gordon are on the weapon, and Ed and Kelly are on the planet, and they're feeling a little blue, though it looks green to me. You'll have to tell me what you guys think. What's going on, you guys? Brian Dawkins, official channel member and big-time supporter of Egotastic FunTime. I was very nervous about this stream. YouTube changed, as they like to do. They changed the streaming stuff to the new system, which sucks. FYI, just like their new studio. Sucks. The old ways were better because you can actually get stuff done. I'm guessing that's the point. Make it harder so people are less likely to use the system because they got a lot of people on their system trying to use it. So, you know, they try to make things better by making them worse to get people away. I get it. I know what you're doing, YouTube. Piranha Kasha Productions, Matt Weiss. Now, last night, it was a very special night for the Egotastic FunTime universe, the community. You know, I'm hardcore on Patreon now. October was the start of Ego Patron Appreciation Eternity, because it's going to go on forever. So we had our very first, for the top 2 tiers of supporters, we had our very first Egotastic group Zoom call. I can see you, you can see me, we talk together, we have fun together, we learn stuff about each other, we talk about the Orville and everything else that we want to talk about. So we had a great time with Matt Weiss from Piranha Kasha Productions. Number 75, 75th supporter. He likes to go there. And Julie McClanahan. And then, of course, more people are signing up, so we'll have more and more people on the group call every month. But, of course, the top tier, the Admirals, you do get a 1-hour, one-on-one Zoom call every single month, as well as some other really awesome benefits. You get to choose your own thing that I make, a video. I make whatever video you tell me to make once a month. Tom Casey, thanks for supporting the channel. Can't stay, just show some love for the channel. Thanks, Tom. I wish you can stay because I got a very special live reading today. I put something special together for tonight's live reading. I've been working on it all day long. Barely got it done 30 minutes ago. It's now available exclusively, permanently to the on the Patreon page. You guys can watch it now and whenever you want. But here on the live stream, I'm gonna show it to you. But then I'm gonna take this live stream down once we're done, just to maintain Ego Patron exclusivity, VIP, the VISTPs. Piranha Kasha Productions just dropped $5 into the super chat, helping to keep the lights on here. Very much appreciated. Man, how do you do those emojis in there? I don't know. Well, I've never tried. Paige Arnold, how you doing? Huck Bone. Well, actually, I called it a Zoom call last night, but it wasn't a Zoom call. I used StreamYards because I'm like, StreamYards will be easier. You just click on it and it works. I didn't want to take the chance of, you know, somebody not, you know, having Zoom downloaded yet, and then they have to deal with that. Huck Bone, Paige, Jonathan Perez. What are you guys doing? You excited for the exciting conclusion of the Orville launch day? It's a pretty cool conclusion, and I tried to make it. I'm trying to make it real nice and episodic feeling. I wanted to make it this reading feel like an episode of the Orville. So I've been working on it all day to get it going. How's everybody's week been going? You missing the Orville as much as I am? I'm not missing it that much today because I've been involved with a whole new Orville story all day today. It's been very nice. Did you guys get the comic book yet? I do have a link in the description below if you wanted to get the digital version of the Orville comic books. That's how I get them, because then I can do these live shows with them and, you know, don't have books hanging around. Books In my apartment? Come on now. What's going on here? Oh, and then, there's the rumor that's going on right now. Oh, and this was what? God, who was it? They're always putting out crap all the time. Giant freaking robot? They almost tricked me 2 weeks ago when they said Star Trek movies were canceled. Turned out to be total BS. They do this stuff all the time. They put out a rumor, and people are really afraid about it, and they shouldn't be, because it's just BS, that Seth MacFarlane doesn't want to do the Orville anymore after season 3. Absolutely ridiculous. He just 2 days before put out an interview with Jessica Zor that I have up on the channel that you can check out with some behind-the-scenes pictures that I included about the longevity of the show, how important the show is to him. He just did an interview last night on James Corden about they're really trying hard to get back to the studio. I do know that they think it's kind of planned that they're coming back to the studio to finish up season 3, which will take a while, this month. I do know some of the actors are under the impression that they're going back this month. We're getting really close to them being back in the studio. The song that you heard play at the beginning of the stream is my new Orville tribute song. I used to call it a parody song, but Tom Constantino this morning said, no, dude, it's a tribute song. That demo recording is available to the patrons right now. I'll eventually get the final version done and a video done, and I'll put it up here on Egotastic FunTime. I don't know how long it's going to take, because I was talking to Tom Constantino from the Orville, and he wants to include that song as far as promotion of the song, along with the Orville. When the Orville starts putting out their promotions, hey, we're back, they start putting out some Orville stuff. He wants to include that song, whatever video I put out, along with the other stuff they're promoting, which is great. Thank goodness. Jonathan Perez, can't wait for this episode, you guys. Now, I'm still getting used to this new streaming that YouTube has. I do not like this. Have any of you streamed with the new YouTube thing? Sucks. I didn't know it was going to work. And then even I started the stream. So I started the stream like I usually do. And I'm like, okay, it's finally popped in. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. And then I look over. I'm like, no, you have to press another button. Once you start streaming, you have to press another button on YouTube to send the stream to you guys. Absolutely horrible. So I assume the chat is working. I see the viewers are filing in. It just, every couple seconds, more and more people are showing up. and then leaving. But I want to know what you guys want for season. What do you want to see in season 3? When they come back, I'm sure Seth MacFarlane's probably made some small updates to the scripts for the remainder of the episode. They still have half the season to film, and I haven't put out a video about this really. 2 buttons what? I haven't really put out a video about this. I think I mentioned it in a video or a stream. I think it's going to be a long while before we get season 3. People are like, why, JP? Why? Because there's a world pandemic. That's why. They're 7 months behind. The Orville, all of Hollywood, some of small Hollywood productions are starting to finally get back together and start back up again. But the Orville's been out of commission for 7 months because of the world pandemic. And I'm like, well, the reason, people are like, well, maybe they'll still get the season out in a couple months. I'm like, how? They're 7 months behind. So whatever time frame they were going to have it out, you have to add 7 months to that. You can't hurry these things. So, I think some people are still thinking, oh, maybe December. I'm like, no, I'm thinking summer. Maybe summer we'll get season 3. I mean, it's not their fault. Most of Hollywood pretty much is shut down, and they're just finally coming back. There was a handful of shows that were able to finish mostly all the filming they needed to do. So we have some shows coming out. We got Discovery. Animated stuff has been working the whole time. Animated's easy. That's why they pushed up the schedule for Lower Decks. Lower Decks came out a lot earlier than it was supposed to, but because they were able to keep working on it during the pandemic. We're getting Mandalorian, at the end of the month. Seems like all the movies that have been pushed back and then pushed back again are being pushed back even further. Movie theaters are done, you guys. I think for a couple years probably. What's up, Philip? How you doing? Philip Baca, Season 3, Revenge of the Transgender Aliens. uh, which is fine because you would think there'd be aliens like that. There certainly was in TNG and a couple other Star Trek series. I think, and this happens a lot with a lot of new franchises. Like, oh, it's the first time this, the first time that. I'm like, no, no. Star Trek's done, you know, you know, non-binary type of aliens and all kinds of different weird relationships, not weird but different types of relationships. And then I remember when Discovery came out, oh, it's the first time it's a woman in the star. I'm like, what about Captain Janeway? What about Captain Janeway? I was just not knowing their history. Luckily we only get that stuff with Discovery. Picard and Lower Decks is doing awesome. But we'll still see. I'm very interested. I say this all the time. I'm very interested in see what happens with Discovery. I still don't believe I'll have to be subscribing to CBS All Access. Won't tell you why. Paige Arnold just dropped $8 into the super chat. Arena, thank you very much. Thanks for all the hard work you've been doing, JP. Your readings have kept me sane in this pandemic. Oh, thank you, Paige. Work has been horrible. It's nice to have this. Well, this is going to be a different reading. I put a lot of extra-ness into this one. I actually created something special to really make it feel more like an episode. And I can't wait. Once we get some more people in here, we'll start it up in a few minutes. The all-new episode. And then we'll talk about it. We'll see what we think. I do know the next story is called Heroes. And it's a Tala story. And I think it's called Heroes because I've seen the cover of it. And it actually looks like, yes, there are heroes. You see different members of the crew on the cover dressed up as heroes, like superheroes and stuff. So I'm wondering what the heck is going on with this story. What did David A. Goodman write with the next story? But it's a Tala story. I'm hoping we learn some more backstory on Tala. I would love to see, maybe some of her family or just learn a little bit more about her. We know a lot about Alara. Let's get Tala in there and really learn some stuff about her. Jonathan says, in my area, you can rent out a theater. You can even bring your own movie. Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah, the movie theaters are open out here, but there's nothing to see. There's nothing I want to see in the theater. And people aren't showing up to the theaters. I know that, what was the company? A big movie theater company, worldwide, Britain, here, all these places. They're closing down hundreds of locations because No Time to Die, the James Bond movie, they decided to push to 2021. Black Widow's pushed to 2021. Most of the movies are pushed to 2021. Wonder Woman is pushed to Christmas Day. I guarantee you that probably is not going to work. I bet you Wonder Woman gets pushed to 2021 as well. So with no real big blockbusters coming out, the theaters are like, man, we can't stay open. We can't stay open for just some weird stuff. It costs them more money to have these theaters open than it does just to close them. They save money just by closing them. Tenet, they learned that with Tenet. Tenet did come out. I went and saw it. There was nobody there. They can't fill seats because of capacity rules, but even without the capacity rules, nobody was there. So there was way more people working the theater than there were seeing movies in the theater, which is great for me, bad for them. A lot of practices have been put in, or what? No, I put together a whole video package for you guys with today's reading. It's going to be a lot more like an episode. We need transgender aliens where it takes an X, Y, and a Z chromosome to make new aliens. Yeah, what was that one episode of... Oh, I can't remember. Was it Enterprise or was it Voyager? Where they had 3 different genders. There was like the male, the female, and then some side hustle. And they're kind of like a lower class. That was an interesting storyline. You're like, wait. And then... I guess the crew was like, oh, this is wrong. But the society, even the third gender was like, no, this is all cool, man. This is how we are. This is our thing. This is how I like it. I think that's how it worked out. In my area, oh yeah, rent theater. Wanted to watch the new Jim Caviezel Infidel, but no Danish theater I can see is showing that movie. Yeah, I hadn't even heard of that movie. Hey, Brian Dawkins has told me to, once again, Justin Poole, that's me, JP, Justin Poole, sing for his supper. Check PayPal. Brian Dawkins, huge PayPal supporter. PayPal, of course, being the best way to support any of your favorite creators. What? Brian Richard Dawkins just sent $50 to the Egotastic FunTime PayPal. Thank you very much, Brian. I very much appreciate it. You're doing Avis's work, and it's very much needed this week. I forgot to. I had money to pay rent. It came in a couple days late, but it came in one day too late, and then I got charged a fee for being one day late with rent. And I've never been late before. I'm still thinking of going to the office. Say I've never been late before. It was just a brain fart. Give me my $75 back. Christina, thank you very much for dropping $4.99 into the super chat. Hopefully the work I've been doing all day today to get this episode, this reading done for you guys, for all of us. I enjoyed it. And then after I got done and I watched it, I'm like, oh, I felt like I watched a little episode of the Orville, you know, with my dumb voice, but hey. Dutch Fly the Albino. Here in Holland, maybe new lockdown next week. #1 on Europe is positive test. BBRR. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we're gonna have another lockdown here in the States. Maybe not as hardcore of a lockdown, but I think that we're gonna have at least a mini lockdown. Don't you have an automated pay service in the U.S. same as we have in Europe or what? It depends on every property is different. I'm able to pay my rent online. Lots of apartments you actually have to write a check and walk it over to the office. It's different in every case. Bless Brian, says Pranakasha. Jaya Brian JJ. Brian J.J. Abrams. Your voice is rock. Thanks, Pranakasha. I do some voiceovers as well as some in front of the camera stuff with Matt from Pranakasha Productions. You can check out Pranakasha Productions on YouTube to see his part 1 of his Orville classic Star Trek crossover starring me and him. In the, I'm in the Orville universe. He's in the Star Trek universe. Some Orville will be nice. Yeah, I'm going to do my best, you guys. I'm going to do my best because I think it's going to be a long time before we get new episodes of the Orville. Though we'll be getting some, some promos and some ads and some, things like that. A trailer, I'm sure, will be coming very soon. It'd be nice if the trailer comes this month. I think they're waiting to be back in production before they come out with any kind of teaser trailer, and I'm sure it'll be a teaser trailer because they still got a lot of filming to do. You don't want to put out a full trailer this early, but I'm going to do my best to try to put out a lot of Orville content. I'm racking my brain of different types of stuff to do for the Orville fandom. We are the Orville fandom, so I'm racking my brain, and I want to focus for this, at least in the interim, on YouTube, right here on Egotastic FunTime, on Orville stuff. Orville videos, predictions, funny sketches. I got a lot of ideas. It's just figuring out how to put them together. Christina, have a better week, JP. Yeah, I need next week to be better than this week. That's for sure. And you guys help. Jaya is Sanskrit for hail. Hail, Brian. Brian is our guy. Cogniter, what's up, Archmage? How you doing? And how you doing, Christina? Sorry I didn't see the late thing. You're not late. We haven't started the reading yet, but it is a special reading. It's so special that after we're done with this live show, I'm going to take down this video. If I put this video back up, I'll probably edit out the reading part. But I do have the reading available exclusively to the patrons right now. So maybe I'll put the video up down the road someday. But for right now, it's exclusively available to the patrons. Star Trek Enterprise. Janet writes fanfiction. That's what keeps me going. Christina just dropped $20. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Boom! Lieutenant. Like, we got 20-some episodes of the Orville altogether available. Oh, actually, check Amazon, you guys. I think the other day, both seasons were available crazy cheap. It might have been the Blu-ray, though. I have no interest in the Blu-ray. I'm sorry, Orville. I have all your stuff available digitally. High quality, HD, surround sounds, all that jazz. I'm not going to buy a DVD, but DVDs are perfect for some people. So, if I think they're really cheap right now, on sale. So I highly recommend it. Dutchfly says here in Holland I can get Hulu. Oh wow, really? I do know Hulu is going to be going worldwide. Hell, it might be worldwide by the time season 3 comes out. But I have season 1 and 2 on DVD. It comes out on Blu-ray. I will buy it. I don't think we're going to be getting season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. At least not from Fox. I don't know what the move to Hulu entails. Hulu puts out Blu-rays, but I don't know if they have the rights to put out season 1 and season 2. But I'm sure they'll put out season 3 on Blu-ray. Hopefully with some real behind the scenes. The first two DVDs, the Orville DVDs, the features, the special features are all available on YouTube, on their YouTube channel, way before the DVDs even came out. What? Brian says check your PayPal again? No, Brian. I'm checking. I don't know if this is the first one. I don't know if it's updated. Unless I'm just rereading it. I don't think I'm rereading it. Well, if it's come through, I haven't gotten the email yet. Orville season 1, I'll check again in just a little bit. Orville season 1 is $15 and season 2 is $18 on Amazon right now. Oh man, they were like $5 the other day. I was gonna put out like a post on social media saying, "Hey, check it out." So when is Star Trek Orville season 3 coming out? Well, Mind Hunger, we don't know when they're coming out. Season 3. They're still trying to get back into the studio. The word is, that's what some, a couple people on production have told me. The goal is to go back this month to get back into the studio, and they're trying to figure out how to do it safely because they have to do so much, they have so many extras, so much crew, and they have to do so much makeup on people that you have to touch people's faces. So they're trying to figure out how to do that. But I do know a couple of the actors are under the impression they're going back this month. They're preparing for it. But I'm guessing we won't have the Orville for... they're 7 months behind. So 7 months plus more months to get stuff done. Well, they're not 7 months behind on filming. They're probably 3 or 4 months behind on filming. Because they would have been done with filming by now. A couple months ago they would have been done. I know they were supposed to be finished with filming like back in June. So, I'm guessing maybe 6-7 months we'll be getting season 3 of the Orville. Unless they decide to, stagger the releases. Because they do have some stuff ready now, and they'll be able to have some more stuff ready pretty quickly. They've still been working on effects the entire time, and that takes the longest time. So the fact that they've been working on that the whole time is really a really good sign that they'll be able to get stuff put together pretty quickly. But I'm going to just go out on a limb and say 7 months, 8 months. But once they get back in the studio, all the information is going to start rolling out again. They're going to be showing behind the scenes pictures. Oh, we're in the studio. We're in the makeup trailer. We're on set, and pictures will be coming out, and rumors will be coming out, and picture. I'll be looking at pictures and trying to figure out what I can figure out from the little things that we see in those pictures. We'll be just going over everything with a fine-tooth comb. Ooh, nice. Hope we will go soon worldwide. Special Sooner on YouTube. Didn't know that. Yeah, I do. Spatial Sooner. Yeah, I do know that Disney wants to bring Hulu worldwide. Just like CBS is turning into Paramount Plus so that they can go worldwide. I'm guessing all the Star Trek stuff will be taken down from Netflix and Amazon once their licensing expires, and when Paramount Plus goes worldwide. I'm going to check the emails once again. Because you... Let me check here again, Brian. Any chance for a cameo from you in the future? Well... Not that I know of, but I'm up for it. I used to have a rule about doing a cameo, which was, I don't want to do a cameo on the Orville because then I have to sign a disclosure agreement, which means I can't talk about the Orville. But I'm not worried about that anymore. That doesn't bother me. Here, let me check over here, Brian. You guys can listen to this song. So this is a demo of the new song that I'm putting together, tribute to the Orville. The Orville, the best sci-fi around. The Orville, where the future is found. All right, I got it, Brian. I love it. Bet you quantum scholars can diffuse their blues with the Orville, the ship those cuckoo Kalon just can't shoot down. Available now on Patreon. Take a back seat to Space Street. It's a happy refrain. The road not taken and an anti-banana raid. You'll have the time of your life. On Markless, a man can still be a wife. On the One Orville, of you guys wrote that line. There's a hobo clown. The Orville, new adventures abound. The Orville spreads the hope around. Jaloja, the Caliban Zoo won't refuse the crew of the Orville. The Orville, no space vampire. Paige Arnold just dropped 99. Dropped $1 in the super chat. Thank you very much. Space is so sweet and upbeat. I can watch it and say they're doing sci-fi better than others are today. They're doing it better than others are, you guys. Hey, you didn't miss it, Great Deal Workout coming up. The time of our life. It's the man in command. Just ask his ex-wife on the Orville. The Orville. The Orville. Best space show in town. Thanks, Paige. And I sent that demo to Tom Constantino. He loved it. Now, Seth really loved the last Frank Sinatra, I think it was Frank Sinatra's song that I did for the Orville. I don't think he's heard this one yet, but he will. I'm hoping he really likes it. He played it for his manager, and she really liked it. And then, of course, they used my old song that I did for the Orville Experience promo. Tom says he wants to use this song for a promo as well. He wants to promote this song when it's ready, but he's hoping that I wait, which was my plan anyway, that I wait to release the video for this song when they start promoting their stuff so that they can promote it together, which is really exciting. Brian Dawkins dropped another $50 into the PayPal. Thank you so much, Brian. If you guys want to help support Egotastic FunTime, You can do it with PayPal, Patreon. All the links are down there. Very much appreciated. I'm doing the new song. I got this new show, Orville video series I want to do. I got a bunch of video series I want to do. It's just so hard to do them because I'm always trying to catch up. To keep those bills paid. You know how it is. Chasing the YouTube rainbow. I can't figure out exactly how I want to write this series for the Orville, but it's called like Great Orville Mysteries. It's like an unsolved mysteries type of thing, but I'm gonna do it all with the Orville, and I'm gonna make it all up, or I'll actually use stuff from episodes, storylines from episodes to put it together. I might need you guys' help on ideas for that. But yeah, we're going to be doing the reading here in just a minute. What's up, PRNDL? PRNDL. Outstanding. Wow, I actually got a YouTube notification for one of your streams. Really? I didn't know people still got streams. I didn't know YouTube was doing their job still. What's up, Tommy Pickles? Half an hour late, but better than nothing. Yeah, you haven't missed anything, Tommy Pickles. We're going to do the reading right here. It's a very special thing I put together. It's a little bit different than the normal readings. It's a little bit of a thing that I made. Seth and JP duet. I have done a duet with Seth. He didn't know it, but I have done Seth and I. He doesn't know it, but I've put it out online. You can find it on Egotastic FunTime Twitter page. You have to scroll down pretty far down at this point to find it. Well, I think there's a search. Seth playing the theme song to Family Ties. Yeah, Family Ties. Yeah, it was Family Ties. Or was it Growing Pains? I can't remember. It was either Family Ties or Growing Pains. He's playing the piano and I'm singing the lyrics to it. He didn't plan on me singing the lyrics to it, but I did. Mocklin Girls to the tune of Uptown Girls. Mocklin Girls. We can't find any. That's all I got so far. Where the hell are they? I don't see any around. The YouTube rainbow. Chase the rainbow. Star Trek Orville takes place in the Beta Quadrant. No, it's in the Alpha Quadrant. I call it the Quantum Quadrant. All right, you guys. It is 5:38. I think it is time to start this very special live reading. Well, I don't even. It's a live show. It's not necessarily a live reading. It's better than a live reading. Are you guys ready? You guys let me know. We're going to do episode 2, The Orville. Launch Day Part 2, the exciting conclusion of the first news story from The Orville, Season 2.5. Next month, we'll start another brand new story about Talakiali Heroes. Don't know exactly what it's about, but I do know it has something to do with heroes. Is it a holodeck, or not holodeck, but an eSIM, environmental simulator story? I don't know, but I would like to get some eSIM stories from the Orville. Holodeck stories from Star Trek are always very often my favorite episodes, so I hope we do get a lot more eSIM stuff from the Orville universe. Not just them having fun in the in the eSIM or getting down and dirty in the eSIM. Bortus, I'm talking to you, but actually get into trouble in the environmental simulator. Oh, something went wrong and now we're stuck in here and we have to do whatever to escape or something like that. How come there are more? How come there aren't more than 4 quadrants? Quad. 4. Uncle JP story time. All right, this is a little different, you guys. This is a little bit more special. All right, I'm ready. I've got my flavored water and I'm sitting in my comfy chair. All right, you guys, here we go. This is different. I'm gonna play a thing I worked on all day today to make. The actual standalone video is available now on Egotastic FunTime Patreon. It's exclusive to the patrons, but I will play it live here for you guys. But then once this live show is done, I'm taking this video down, so only the Ego supporters have access. YouTube channel supporters, you'll be getting the link to this video as well, just for you guys. Stay tuned for that. And here we go. Launch day, part 2. The Orville, Launch Day, Part 2 of 2. Created by Seth MacFarlane, script by David A. Goodman, art by David Cabeza, colors by Michael Attia.
Too much interference, even this close. It's impossible to get a reading on what's inside.
What else do we need to know? It's a big, dangerous ball.
We have to be sure it is a weapon. So you've got to try to find some way on board.
Ed, there could be 1,000 troops inside, and we don't have blue skin.
I know it's not easy, but we're trying to prevent the krill from obliterating this planet. Get me as much information as you can. Mercer out.
Man, what do we do? Find a door.
Well, it looks like the party's getting started.
Translator says this is the registration office. Excuse me.
We're closing soon. It's launch day.
We're just trying to find someone.
What's the name?
Yeisel.
Yeisel what?
I don't have another name.
Well, at least you narrowed it down to the 3 million people named Yeisel. Goodbye.
Wait, he was a member of the Planetary Union fleet 20 years ago. I'm sure you keep track of anyone who was ever off planet, right?
Of course we do. I'll check the files.
Whew, good call.
Figured they're so paranoid about outsiders, they had to keep track of that.
Now we just have to find this address. Boom, looks like a maintenance hatch.
Question is, what happens if we try to dock? They've got to detect us then, right?
I'm not detecting any sensor arrays nearby. But even so, I got an idea. That thing's putting out so much quantum interference, if we match our quantum engine's output to their frequency, they shouldn't be able to detect us.
Shouldn't or won't?
Stand by to dock.
You didn't answer my question. Okay, we're docked.
That answer your question?
Hold on, we haven't opened the door yet.
Manual lock looks pretty straightforward. Ready?
No.
Like I thought, maintenance tunnel.
All right, I wonder if anyone's home.
Wonder if anyone's home.
Who's out there?
Looks like it.
What do you want?
We're looking for Yeisel.
He's dead. What did you want with him?
Oh, no, I'm sorry to hear that. Were you his mother?
Yes. So whatever it is you wanted from him.
I didn't want anything from him. I'm an old friend.
Yeisel didn't have any friends.
Well, like I said, we were old friends. From around the time he was in the Union fleet.
Oh, don't bring that up.
Okay, but do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
It's launch day. Don't you have some place to be besides bothering an old lady about her dead son?
No.
Fine. Come in.
Commander, I am detecting new readings. The krill ships have activated their quantum drives.
Lieutenant Kiali, raise them.
You're on, sir.
Captain Kratok, why are you powering up your engines? I have decided we have waited long enough. That is not your decision to make. And who is going to stop me from making it? Me. You are one ship. You will not be able to stop my fleet. That is correct. We will not be able to stop your fleet, but we will cause significant damage to your ship before we are destroyed. So some of our ships will receive damage. Not some ships. Your ship. Lieutenant, please give the commander a status report.
All the Orville's weapons are locked onto Commander Kraytok's ship, specifically the ship's bridge.
I will consider a slight delay. Kratok out.
Nice job, Commander.
You as well, Lieutenant.
You want me to lock all our weapons on his ship now, in case he decides not to delay?
That would be advisable. I hope the captain and the others make some progress soon.
We've made no progress at all. Is this whole thing maintenance tunnels? I mean, shouldn't we be climbing out of an air vent into someone's quarters and waking up a half-dressed blue lady at this point?
I'm not reading any vents, but I am detecting the source of the quantum interference. Maybe we go in it and we can find out what it's hiding.
I hope it's hiding a kitchen. I'm starving, man.
So you knew Yeisel when he left the Union fleet?
Yes, I remember he didn't want to resign.
That's an understatement. He hated Pret. Got him into a lot of trouble.
Pret?
You never heard of the leader of our planet for the last 20 years?
Oh, that Pret.
How did Yeisel die?
Oh, he stopped taking care of himself. Always wanted to leave Alabar again, but that wasn't an option. I don't know if he was bitter because he got sick or got sick because he was bitter. In any case, medicine isn't what it used to be, and he died.
Oh, it's such a shame.
It's a shame he couldn't keep himself alive for launch day, when all our problems would be solved.
Yeah.
that is the shame of it.
He just couldn't accept the fact that the invaders were killing us. Invaders he helped bring into our world by being part of that union.
And launch day will take care of that, right?
Well, they wouldn't have put all our money into the quantum shifter if it wasn't going to work, right?
Right, of course.
I'll get us some refreshments. I'll be right back.
This all sounds like a familiar pattern, blaming the outside world for the ills of society, and the government using that fear to justify some kind of military expenditure. Right, but have you ever heard of a quantum shifter? No, but maybe John has. Mercer de Lamar, any update? Well, we found the engine core. It's the biggest quantum reactor I've ever seen. It's the cause of all the interference. But I don't understand. You wouldn't have to build something like this big just to hide something else. I don't think it is hiding anything. What do you mean? I think it's like a side effect of its function. This whole station is one giant quantum engine, and it just naturally puts out that much interference. Oh, that would explain why we haven't found any quarters or anything indicating a crew. But what's it for? Wait a second. John, is that engine big enough to shift this whole solar system to another quantum plane of existence? Theoretically, but why would you want to do that? The leaders, they came to power 20 years ago. They've stoked fear and paranoia among the people to keep themselves in power. That's why they withdrew from the Union. They could isolate the society and blame outsiders for the fact that their government doesn't care for them anymore. And they're about to take isolationism to a ridiculous length and build a wall around their whole solar system. Captain, there's just been a spike in the power readings. Looks like whatever this thing was built to do, it's about to do it. I estimate 2 hours. Gordon, John, get out of there and come pick us up. On our way, Cap.
Where are you going?
Oh, we're going to a party. For launch day. See ya.
I don't think so. We will need to see your identification, please.
I left it in my other pants. Me too.
Invaders, you're going away forever.
Yeah, lady, so are you.
Quiet.
Commander Borges, I have new readings. The quantum interference has increased 27%. And the krill ships are moving toward us.
Lieutenant Kiali, raise Kratok. We must protect our people, so if you stand in our way, you can take me with you. But my fleet is proceeding. With your permission, we will join you. We also have a people to protect, and the readings indicate action is necessary. Very well, then stand with us. And may Avis guide our way.
The great moment is upon us. In less than an hour, we will be living in our own universe. In less than an hour, all threats to our people will be gone. In less than an hour, we will finally be able to live as we were meant to live.
So I guess we have less than an hour to get out of here. Sounds like it.
You're not going anytime soon.
Who are you?
Inspector Boglish. And who are you?
Well, I'm sure you're about to tell us.
Yes, this is Union equipment. You're invaders from the Union. There's no point in denying it.
Well, we knew we couldn't keep it a secret. Should we tell him the rest? You. Yeah, go ahead. There's been a change in government at the Union. We're taking over.
Why?
We can't stand your way of life.
Well, you're too late. We'll be out of reach in a few minutes.
Ha! You would have been if we hadn't sabotaged the quantum shifter.
I don't believe you.
We don't care if you believe us. And when the quantum shifter lays a huge galactic fart, I'm going to enjoy telling Leader Pret that you knew ahead of time and did nothing about it.
Get them out. But sir, now!
Where are you taking us?
To our government building.
Can we just stop for a second?
Why?
Well, with all these people on the street, I want to make sure my helmsman has a clear shot.
You begged!
Ed, comm scanners led us right to you. But glad you came outside. We were about to storm the place. Really? No.
Let's get out of here. John, try to raise the Orville.
Shouldn't be too hard, Captain. They're pretty close by.
Bortus, get us on board. We've got to get out of here. The Krill fleet is moving to attack the weapon.
It's not a weapon. Patch me through to Kratok. It's a quantum shifter. It's going to remove this whole solar system from our galaxy.
You expect me to believe such fairy tales?
I'm telling you, it's the truth.
And I'm telling you, whatever it is, my ships and I are going to destroy it. You can withdraw like a coward. Goodbye, Captain.
We're docked, sir. Mortis, take us out of the system. Maximum speed.
The quantum shifter has activated.
Put it on screen.
Oh my god, they did it! They built a wall around their whole world. Yeah, and they're about to find out it won't solve any of their old problems.
Plus, they've got a big new one.
Commander, the device is destroyed. It was clearly built to be used once. And where are we?
Except for Alabar, there are no other stars.
Perhaps the Union Captain was telling the truth. If that is the case, if this is a different reality, and this is the only planet, then we know what the Ancana says. Invade and conquer! Invade and conquer!
What just happened, you guys? What an exciting story from the Orville. David A. Goodman, official writer for the Orville, also is the official writer for the Orville comic books. He told another great story. Well, I told it. He just wrote it down. David Cabeza did the drawings. Oh, wow. The drawings were amazing. There was a couple, and he does so well with Kelly. When he draws Kelly, there's always a certain panels where I'm like, oh my god, I've seen her make that face before. And then, Kelly was, what he's done with, oh, and there wasn't Claire. Claire wasn't in this episode. Well, not in this part. I think she was in a couple panels in the first episode, in part 1, but not in part 2. But that's it, guys. That's what I've been working on all day. All day for you guys. I didn't wake up knowing I was going to put this together. But I got up and I went, man, I want to do something special. And that video is now available exclusively on Patreon right now. The link is down below if you want to sign up. And you can watch that whenever you want. You can listen to the Orville song and then all the other videos I come out with every week just for Patreon. I'm deciding whether or not I'm going to put this video up on YouTube, though. That I don't know. And if I do, it'll probably be a little while. But it will be available to YouTube channel supporters as well. I'll put up a link in our special secret community page. Well, you know, a page where I write it. I share it, but I only let you guys see it coming up. Thank you very much, Great Dilberto. Now I want to go back. The background music was simple. I just stole it. I stole it and I made it very low volume and I cut it up and mixed and matched it all together. So it's just very under, you know, as long as you talk over the whole thing and it's very low volume, you're going to be completely okay. But also, this isn't a YouTube video. It's not on YouTube. Not really on YouTube. And I'll be taking this live stream down as soon as we're done. I just wanted to give you guys an actual episode of the Orville. And I want to go back and do it like that for all the comics so far and the ones that are coming up. We still have 2 more Orville comic issues coming up. One in November and one in December. A Talakiali story. I'll be doing the same thing. And I'll be putting it up. The video will be put up for the patrons, but we'll be doing it on the live show as well. Thanks, Huckbone. Thanks, Huckbone. Thanks, James Owen. Paige says, hope you all have a good night. This is great, JP. Thank you for an excellent time. Excellent. Hopefully not a bogus adventure, but not a bogus journey, but an excellent adventure. Especially the sound. Oh, yeah, I put sound effects in there. I just went and searched for some sound effects. I didn't want to put too many. Just a couple here or there. So I put the swoosh of the door opening up. I put some pew-pews in there. Come on. If there's pew-pews, I'm going to throw some pew-pews in there. This is GD Egotastic FunTime, you guys. We're going to have pew-pews and explosions in there. And then, what else did I do? I think that's the only sound. Oh, I did a weird space hum engine thing for when John and Gordon were inside the quantum shifter, I think it was called. Oh, it's on there, Great Dilberto. It's on the Patreon page right now. I put it up there about a half hour because that's how long it took me. I mean, I was down to the wire with getting this video done. So this video isn't even an hour old. But it's on there now. Yeah, and the woman got stiff for her meal and conquered by the krill. Yeah, she got... I wonder what the krill are going to do. I mean, they're the only people. There's that whole universe. I still don't quite understand what that weapon did. I know it displaced them somewhere else. I don't really understand where they're at, or what's going on. It's like a different universe. It didn't seem like it was a different galaxy or a different part of space, but a different universe. And the only people in that universe is the Alabarans and the Krill. So I would actually like to know what happens. So they conquer, easy. They enslave everybody, easy. But I don't know. There's a lot of aliens on there, and they don't have like no technology. I'm sure they could put up a fight eventually against the Krill. But the Krill are stuck there too, so the Krill are going to have to change their ways as well. What do I prefer, a pew-pew or a explosion? I prefer a explosion, but only, Zachary, if it has a pew-pew right before. So you go pew-pew, the pews fly, and when they hit their target, explosion. So you can't have a explosion without a pew-pew. Well, yeah, I guess you can. You just have to have a bomb as opposed to a, proper pew-pew pewing through space. Oh, yeah, and there was no Dan. I don't think Dan was in this episode at all, not part 1 or part 2. Dan was in season 1.5 a few times, though. I don't remember Yaphet either. Oh, but yeah, next season we're supposed to learn more about all these side aliens. Yeah, different dimension. I don't know. And of course, it was obviously a story about xenophobia. Putting up that social mirror about building a wall and keeping other people out, and then what these people got. It was not a happy ending for these people, and of course we feel bad for these people because it was their government that did this to them. But the whole planet got their asses handed to them at the end. Everybody on that planet, even though they were lied to for all these years, and they kind of went along with everything, and their society developed that way for the last 20 years. They all went down. They're all Krill now. They're all going to Sunday school to read the Ankana every Sunday. Psych. The Krill have to read that shiz every day. Every day is Ankana school. Yeah, I mean, of course the Krill are meanies, and they're scary, and they got some really good technology. They have a whole fleet. They do have a whole fleet, and there's probably a couple hundred Krill on each ship. So they do have a lot of numbers, and they know how to conquer things. But the Alabarans don't necessarily have no technology, so. But they are ripe to be taken over because they're all so poor and desperate because the government has all the wealth and everything. So it's like Discovery Season 3. I don't know yet. I'm very interested in Discovery Season. I always say that. I'm interested. I think Discovery Season 3's story is going to be good, but there are still just certain tones. There's certain tones that Discovery has that I'm sure will probably still show up a little bit in Season 3, and they will annoy me a little bit. We'll have to see. But I bet you the story is a lot better. Oh yeah, I'll be November 3rd. Don't forget to vote for Egotastic FunTime, best damn YouTube channel on YouTube. Better than PewDiePie. Or at least second place to PewDiePie. Hope they have both male and female Krill on board. Otherwise, what's the point? Oh, the Alabarans will be getting the point if that's the case. No, I bet you there are. I bet you there's. The ship that Ed and Gordon infiltrated in Season 1. Plenty of males and females. At least one female. And children. Oh, there's probably children on those ships too. Dutchfly the albino says, "Where do I vote?" I don't know if they have United States voting ballots in your neck of the woods, Dutchfly. Love your reading. Thanks, PRND. Prindle. Well worth the price of admission. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was like, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, it's going to be forever before we get Orville. I mean, it's going to be exciting when we know they're back in the studio and they'll be putting out pictures and, you know, and videos from the set and all that stuff immediately, day one. But I'm like, to have an episode, a new story. So now I want to go back to the previous stories and do the same thing for all of them. And I definitely want to thank you guys for the PayPals today. My goodness. You guys are amazing. So tomorrow is the new Lower Decks, the season finale. I was gonna do I got busy. I was gonna do a review of, well, not even a review really. I kind of want to I want to talk about other stuff besides, oh, I thought it was pretty cool. Oh, I didn't like this part. I just want to give a little bit more information on some of these reviews because everybody else is doing reviews of everything that comes out. So I'm like, well, you got to stand out a little bit, JP. But last week's episode of Lower Decks was probably my favorite. I mean, that was pretty amazing, you guys, making fun of the movies and stuff. I think we did a live stream talking about that, but I think that was a Twitch live stream. And don't forget, tomorrow is Thursday. So I'm going to be doing the regular Egotastic FunTime Twitch stream, which is a whole different to do. We're just hanging out, relaxing, all cool, talking about everything that we like to talk about. It's a real chill hang. And then on Friday, we will be doing, just like we do every Friday, we do watch parties on Egotastic FunTime Twitch, the Season 2 finale of The Boys this Friday. So the Egotastic Twitch link is down below if you haven't followed yet, and you want to have some fun with us over there on Twitch. Don't forget to follow so you get notified every Thursday and Friday when I go live. We're either chatting on Thursdays and Fridays. We're either chatting or doing a watch party and chatting, and then, you know, every once in a while we play video games, but that's not on Thursday or Friday. That's random days of the week. You were thinking best YouTuber on Chi-Fi? Or did you mean sci-fi? The Krill have children? They can't all be bad then. No, the Krill are... Oh, and that's another thing. In Season 3, I do know for a fact we are going to be learning a lot about the Krill. Like, really, who they are. What their life is like. Yeah, they're, the very first Krill that we met in the pilot, when Kelly was like, she was asking the Krill dude about marriage, because she was complaining about Ed to distract the guy. And he's like, no, marriage takes work. It's, from both sides. And so we know they have wives and children and husbands and family and daily lives and all that stuff. But then there's also the military side, which is pretty much what we've met so far. They're just they have a different belief system. They suck. Their beliefs are stupid. I hate their beliefs. But they're still people. They're people. Their ways are just different than our ways. Chi-Fi is the sci-fi in Chicago. Oh, good old Chicago. The Orville, the best sci-fi around. The Orville. Oh, I can't remember the words. I was going to say something that rhymes with around. I should know the words. I've sung it a million times at this point. I still have to sing it a few more times to get the final recording, because I want the audio to be a little bit different. Timing a little bit different. But the video that I want to put together for it, maybe I'll put together a couple of different videos for it. But the big video I want to put together for it is going to be green screened, thanks to Matt Weiss from Chronocox Productions. I'm going to be on the Orville during Orville karaoke. Remember from Cupid's Dagger when Bortus and Kelly did karaoke? Well, I'm going to be part of that karaoke, and I'm going to get up on stage in the mess hall and sing this song. So that should be a lot of fun. It's going to be some work to get it filmed. It won't be that bad. It'll be more work to get it edited. I live here and I don't know the dang words. What's up, Bryce Dodd? You thinking of getting an Oculus Quest 2? Pretty sure you already have. I do have a SVR. I don't even have it hooked up. I think it's such a pain in the ass. Though I want to get Beat Saber. Beat Saber I think would be great. If so, what game are you looking forward to playing? Oh, boom, I just said Beat Saber. If I do if I do VR, I want something fun and happy. They have way too many scary horror games, which I can't do. They're just, my brain won't allow me to not realize that it's fake. My brain just won't switch over, and it'll just think I'm really in the situation, even though I know I'm not. I know I'm not, but my brain doesn't know that. How does that work? But I'd love to play Beat Saber. We can do the Orville Unplugged as a duet. You sing with me on cello. Well, Pranakasha, one song that I want to do, it's not a tribute song. It's just a song that was done on the Orville. I want to do that Air Supply song that Gordon sang to Isaac. I was just going to do a video of me playing my guitar and singing it. I'll just record it and then film it. You know, you would never ask me why my heart is so disguised. Anobius, you missed it. It's going good. We did the I did a special episode. I made I made Launch Day Part 2. I made it into an episode of the Orville, kinda. Ooh, man, I could really go forward with it and really make it into an episode. I mean, I put it together pretty quickly, even though it took all day. But if I spent an extra day or two on the video, you guys, I mean, I could really make it look and feel and have the pacing of an actual Orville episode with the intro and the credits on the screen while the action is going on at the beginning, maybe even a commercial break. Really make it into an episode of the Orville. That would be fun as well. Ooh, that would be a fun project to turn all the comics into where they really look and feel and sound like. I could have done way better with the music, but I was like, man, I'm running out of time. I got an hour and a half left. I got to keep going. But I could really get the sound effects in there and the correct music to set the correct tone for different moments in the story. Takes a lot of time, but I could do that, and we could have some almost real episodes of the Orville, comic book form, but they would be set up just like one. I'd even put Fuzzy Door logo at the end. There you go. I can do a whole string quartet if needed. Nice. I have no easy way to record a guitar. Well, I guess I could just record. You know, I could do the whole thing, and then I could send it over to you, and then you can do whatever you want to it, Matt. Because I just think we as fans need to put out as much Orville content as we can for the whole fandom, while we, you know, to give breathing room to the actual Orville to get their stuff done. You know, they give to us, we'll give back to them. Oh, Anobius, I'm going to be taking this stream down. As soon as we're done, because the video I made is extra special. Anobius, are you a Patreon? If you're a Patreon, I have the video, just the episode up for patrons right now. Or, well, yeah, you're not a channel supporter because your name's not green. But if you are a patron, it's up to watch there as much as you want. Julie, got to meet Julie last night, you guys, on the Egotastic Patreon Zoom call. Miss Kitty is doing good. Oh, she's right over there. She's staring at me. Nicola. She's staring at me. She won't come over. You will be soon. Well, the link is right at the top of the chat. If you want to, even if you become a patron for 1 month, you get access to the video, and then, you know, cancel it. At least you'll... right now, what's available, besides the weekly videos that I put out, that's just started putting out every week, just for the patrons. Also, there is the new song, the new Orville tribute song that I put out is on there. And then today's episode of Launch Day Part 2, I am going to be going back, as long as that video does well and people want it. As long as the patrons want it, I'll be doing the same thing that I did with today's episode with the previous comics as well. Hey, Pranakasha Productions just dropped $20 in the super chat. Go! Go! No, that's what we do for Greed BS. Greed BS no more. Now it's Scaramount Plus. And then I saw the other day, there's AMC Plus now. Enough. Now there's AMC Plus. Peacock. And eventually I'm going to have to subscribe to Peacock. I have nothing against Peacock. I just don't need to... I don't want to subscribe to a channel. One channel. But Parks and Recreation is now gone from Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. It is only available now on Peacock, which is fine because it's free. Parks and Recreation is one of the few things on Peacock that is absolutely free, but how long is it going to be free? Once it stops being free, I will have to subscribe to Peacock because I cannot go without always having instant access anytime I want to Parks and Recreation. So right now I'm on Netflix. I'm rewatching for the 100th time The Good Place. Season 4, the final season, is now available on Netflix. So I've watched that, but now I'm going back and watching other seasons as well. Schitt's Creek is also now available, the final season on Netflix. I watched the first episode. It was great, but I was scrolling through my phone so much that I wasn't catching everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to watch anymore until I stop looking at my phone. I haven't stopped looking at my phone yet, but eventually I will. Yeah, DVD. I can't do DVD. I'm too spoiled. Certain shows I have to have instant access. No fumbling with DVDs. No switching over to sources or anything like that. No switching to other discs. There's only a handful of shows that I have to always have access to, and Parks and Recreation is one of them. Though I wish I did have the DVDs, or the Blu-rays rather, to Parks and Recreation, because they have so much bonus content I don't have access to. Scaramount Plus, copyright that. I know, and I just came up with that name right when you heard me say it. It was the first time I thought of it, so it's brand new. Scaramount, Greed BS, Zombie Plus, which I guess is AMZ Plus. I don't have a name for that. All right, you guys. How long have we done? Oh, it hasn't even been that long, has it? All right, we're okay. We got a couple more minutes of the stream. I don't like to stream too long on YouTube because they suck. Oh, I got Plex. Great Dilberto. I have Plex, thanks to one of you lovely people, and but you know, I'm only have available what they have available on there. So I'm good on the Lower Decks, and I'm good on a bunch of other shows, but those shows aren't putting out new episodes right now. I'm sure I'll be good on Discovery. I'm sure I'll always be good on Star Trek. Oh, did they? I stopped watching The Walking Dead. Rick was still on the. It was Rick's second to last season. I knew he was leaving the next season, and I was like, what's the point? I know people still like the show, but they've done a couple seasons now since Rick, and I'm like, that whole show, Rick is the show. You can't go on without him, but I hear good things. Yeah, they've had more than a good run. What are they closing out on? 11 seasons? All right, Zachary says, bye, everyone. I have to embark on my daily 5-mile fast waddle. Do it. Walking's good. I should go walking. Yeah. Oh, it's not even that late yet. I can't eat anymore today. I had all of my meals for the day. All 1.5 meals. You can run your own Plex server and put copies of your Parks and Rec DVDs on there. It'll be like streaming from Netflix. Ah, well, I don't have the DVDs. I want them, but I also don't want them. Because then I'd have to put them all on there and keep them somewhere. Or does Plex actually store the content? Like, I don't have to have it on the computer? I don't know how it works. I just know I have access. Somebody gave me access, so I do have a lot of really great stuff. We'll get the Rick Walking Dead movies soonish. Ooh, that'd be good. I'm only down for Rick, not Coral. I don't care about Coral, but I do care about Rick. Oh, the Enterprise Vulcan zombie episode today. That's season 3. That's like the second or third episode of season 3 when they go into the Delphic Expanse. No, I haven't. I haven't seen any more of Star Trek Continues. I haven't really been watching hardly anything at all. I'm in a weird place right now. Like, I'm either in front of my computer doing stuff, or I'm working out, or I'm reading. I've kind of taken, except for the week, the couple weekly things that we talk about right now, Lower Decks, The Boys, Mandalorian coming up. I've been taking a break from external entertainment in order to reset my brain so that I'm super wired and awake for when we start watching stuff again. There's not much to watch right now. Well, there is, but I'm kind of holding my own, waiting for all the new stuff, and I want to make sure my brain is active and not dull to watching too much stuff. So I'm kind of training myself to get my brain ready to be ready. I'm getting my brain ready to be ready. My brain's not ready, but I'm getting ready to get ready. Video awesome. Hello, may the Orville occupy my TV as soon as possible. May it. I'd say make it so, but I'm like, may it so. Ooh, will it come out in May? That's a possibility. Season 3 in May. That's a possibility. So you copy the video files to some storage medium, hard drive, flash drive, whatever, and then tell your local Plex server where to find the videos. Gotcha. Mandalorian is coming back at the end of this month. So we're just a few weeks away from Mandalorian. Next week, next Thursday, is Discovery Season 3, Episode 1. It's the premiere. So we'll be talking about that. And then we'll have to see how things go with that. I have a hard time sometimes doing reviews when I know everyone else is doing the same review. Plus, Star Trek is so tough because they're just a giant group of just toxic people. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to like Discovery. I haven't really liked it yet, but I don't go around just looking for places to shit on things. So it's kind of hard to have a truthful conversation, a productive conversation about stuff when it comes to Star Trek things. But Mandalorian, that's going to be great. End of the month, you guys. It's really to do. Yeah, I'm on Windows. The Daryl and Carol show soon. I thought that's what the last couple seasons of Walking Dead was. I mean, I don't know. Just every time they show pictures, it's always Daryl or Carol. Or both. Hell yeah, the Orville's one of maybe 3 shows I don't care how long they take, as long as they get here eventually. Yeah, same thing, Ollie, because, or Allie, because they're going to do it right. And they're hoping to get back this month into the studio. But yeah, take as long as you want, Orville, because it'll be worth it. They care more about the quality of the show than they do just getting the show out. Yeah, Cobra Kai Season 3. Did you know Cobra Kai has been renewed for Season 4? I'm pretty excited. Ali says, no, the reason you watch it is because you're not full of shit. Honest and fair, so keep doing it. Oh yeah, I'll be watching it. And we'll be talking about Discovery and everything, at least live. And I'll be doing some videos about it as well. We'll just have to see if I do a video of every single episode or not. Because sometimes I just get I'll put something out and so many people that aren't really into the egotastic thing. They're just searching the internet for things to say, yeah, it sucked. I hope Klutzman dies or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, I get so tired of that. I'm like, can't we just have a good time? Even if we're hating on something, can't we have a good time while doing it? That's what I used to do with my reviews of Discovery. I would say what I didn't like. I'd say what I did like, but I'd always try to throw jokes in there for good and for bad. Because it's all about just having a good time. Have a good time every day. Have a fun time, at least a little bit. I'll have to catch up. Julie says I'll have to catch up on 23 cutouts I have to watch for Discovery. Oh, like, have you not watched Discovery? If you haven't... oh, you're talking about the short... Is that the short treks you're talking about? Well, with Discovery, if you... for anybody out there, if you have not watched Discovery, but you want to watch season 3 and you're like, oh, I got to get caught up, don't. I would love it. I would love to get the experience of somebody who hasn't seen any of Discovery and starts at season 3. Because as soon as they came out with the trailer for season 3, I'm like, oh my god, this should have been the first season of Discovery. This is the story that should have started with. So I would love to hear from anybody who hasn't watched the first 2 seasons, but they start with season 3 to see what their experience is with that. I'm going to do my best. And I'm able to do this. I'm going to do my best when season 3 premieres next week. I'm going to try to forget. I mean, I won't. I'm going to try to watch it with two parts of my brain. I'm going to try to watch it from the point of view of someone who's never seen any of it. And then I'm also, of course, going to watch it as a person who's seen all of it, which is me, JP. Mando is coming to Egotastic Trekiverse in episode 3. Nice. Yeah, I love Mandalorian, and I was so sick of Star Wars, and Mandalorian brought me back. I am Nobius. You've been training the body and the mind. JP is becoming even more centered. Being an adult sucks a lot, but you're making it look awesome like a superpower. That's my goal. Well, being an adult does suck. I'm trying to figure out how to make it not suck. I decided, man, I'm getting old enough where I'm like, I need to be awesome at least one time in my life. My mind, my body, my output, my work. I need to be awesome. The most awesome I'll ever be in my life at least one time. I don't want to have my senior year of high school be where I peaked. The short treks. Some of the short treks are good. Some of them are pointless. Some of them I don't even know how they're Star Trek. You just finished both seasons of Cobra Kai. Absolutely amazing. It's the show I never knew I needed. Same here, Huckbone. And I felt like I was watching a modern day 80s movie, which is something they don't really make anymore. And it's nice to get something that has kind of that mindset to put together that type of show. Yeah, they have made some changes to the writing team, but I guarantee you some of the same writers are on there. We'll be able to tell, I'm sure. Great Dilberto's watching The Kingdom. Yeah, that's true. I'm definitely not independently wealthy. That would be a good way to make being an adult awesome. Second season, I stopped after episode 2 and watched the last 15 minutes. My hopes are not very high for season 3. Oh, that whole last episode I thought was just a cluster fudge. But actually, episode 2 was a really good episode of Discovery. And episode... I don't remember the number. Episode 2, which was New Eden, was a good episode. And then the episode where the robot lady died, that was a good episode. Both of those episodes were directed by Jonathan Frakes. Those were the best 2 episodes of the season. A lot of people like the Telosian episode. I thought, there were some parts I was like, ooh, that's cool. And other parts I'm like, that's a little too far. Is interesting. I wouldn't say it sucked. It was interesting. But those 2 episodes, in my opinion, are the only 2 episodes I really liked. The Jonathan Frakes episodes were the 2 episodes of the season that I liked. Yeah, watch Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is it's great. It's an 80s show, but it's modern day. But it's, the Karate Kid, and it's so good. And it's fun. Do you really think they can drag more of the Cobra Kai for 2 more seasons? Oh, yeah. Just keep having Daniel's son fail at everything he tries to do. I could watch that all day. Yeah, some people really liked the Talos episode. There was a lot about it that I really liked, and then certain things I didn't like about it. But for the most part, it was pretty cool. JP, did the Orville retire their Star Trek jokes in season 1, or was there an equal amount of Star Trek references in season 2? I feel like they were more original in season 2. Yeah, season 2, the Orville was doing more of their own thing. They kind of got away from the Star Trek thing about the second half of season 1. They started phasing it out. Oh, I have no doubt Discovery Season 3 will be different and better. I don't know how much better. I think the different part will be what they should have done since the beginning. The better, I think it'll be better, but I think there's still going to be... I can imagine a few things in there that's going to bug me. But I don't care if some things bug me a little bit. You just have to not... There just has to be more good than bad. I mean, every Star Trek series has good things and bad things, but it always has more good things than bad things. So I'm hoping Season 3 of Discovery has just more good things than bad things. And I think it'll be decent. I don't think it'll ever win me over in the respect of like, oh my god, like with Picard, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for next week's Lower Decks. I'm like, man, I can't wait for next week. Or tomorrow in this case. I don't think Discovery will do that, but if I enjoy it, and also I'm very fair, so things don't have to be all super Star Trek-y for me to, consider it, decent Star Trek. We'll just have to see. For me, when it comes to Discovery, a lot more of the things that bother me are just from the writing point of view. The way they write lines, the way they set up scenes. I'm like, man, a lot of these things that I didn't like could have been better, just with some tweaks. So there was a lot of missed opportunities with Discovery for me that made me also not like it. I'm like, man, they could have done that so much better. What a waste. But I do know that CBS has learned a lot. It's obvious they've learned a lot over the last couple of years. They've been getting their asses handed to them, and I see improvements. So I'm looking forward to see what they do. I just hope they get rid of Philippa. I don't think they can ever write that character properly. I think it's too late. The ship has sailed. Yeah, I love Lower Decks so much. I think it's so much fun. It's not canon Star Trek, but I don't need it to be. But it's obsessed with canon Star Trek, which is amazing. What's great about Lower Decks is it's basically a show that some Star Trek fans decided to make. It's a fan series. Yeah, that last week's episode was just... there was times where I was a little bit... you get that kind of light... You're laughing, but you kind of get that light feeling. You're like, oh my god, that's so hilarious. Because the stuff they were making fun of or pointing out and what they were doing to separate... they were making fun of... They were showing the difference, and in a loving way, but in a fun way, the difference between the Star Trek movie universe and the Star Trek TV universe, which are two different things. Things that work in the movies do not work on the TV shows, and vice versa. You couldn't get away with certain things, vice versa. So they were making fun of a lot of that. Oh, God, at the end, the signatures. The signatures on the screen were just... That's where I really lost it, was with the signatures. But all right, you guys, we got an hour and a half stream. I want to thank you guys for your support. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey for Launch Day Part 2. An all-new Orville episode. I tried my best to make it feel a little bit like an episode. If you want to watch that episode as much as you want, all you got to do is just click the link below. If you're a patron, it's already there for you. It's unlocked. $5 tier and higher. It's already unlocked right there. You can watch it as much as you want. But if you're not a patron, just sign up for 1 month and you can just watch as much as you want and then just cancel. But at least you get to watch it as much as you want. And I'll be putting out more episodes from the comic books, turning them into episodes, because we need that while we wait. It's going to be a long wait for new episodes of the Orville. So we got to do what we can. And I'm going to do my part to do what I can. So thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys very soon, and let's just keep the excitement for the Orville going. If you ever need a reminder, you're like, oh, I missed the Orville, just come over and hang out with me, and we'll take care of that as best we can. I'll see you guys very soon, and as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. Bryce Dodd, just $2 more. It's right there, Bryce Dodd. Just $2 more, and then cancel it. Then cancel it. I'll see you guys very soon. Love you.